episode 420, Kush. I am Snoop Lamarck here with my co-host.
Bear to Snoop.
And that's it. No Dr. Parrot. Nothing.
Parrot Nelson.
Yeah, Parrot Nelson. No Dr. Jeremy. The chronic Shiv will be here later. But we'll see what happens. I know Jeremy has to work. He has to get up at 3 a.m., so he couldn't be here tonight. So we'll have him back in the future, and we'll play some more trivia with him. So, Jeremy, we'll miss you this week, but we'll get you again. So let's get it right into this. We're going to make this a quick episode, we hope. Thanks to Wes Anderson for Moments of Time. Check him out on Facebook, Wes Anderson Music. Give him a follow on Twitter at Songs by Wes. Thanks to All Wear Clothing, first sponsor of Over the Line Podcast. Go to allwearclothing.com, mention Over the Line Podcast. He's going to hook you up with that deal. Thank you to Sparty Steve, the biggest financial supporter of the show. Thank you, Sparty Steve. Thanks to Crandall's Quality Landscaping. Give Sean a call, 419-704-5471. Serves the Toledo surrounding areas and not
Fort Worth, Texas.
Love it. Thank you, Sean. Thank you to, last but not least, Connell Barrett, datingtransformation.com.
Now, make sure you get yourself to datingtransformation.com. Get that free consultation from Connell. Then you know what to do in the meantime. Get to amazon.com and get Connell's book, Dating Sucks, But You Don't.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let's not put some Kyle Busch up in it because he ain't going to make it. So, NASCAR, Kyle Busch. So, I wanted to talk about this. We're going to talk about this first round of the playoffs. Kyle Busch got booked. And I was talking to, my father-in-law about this, and he's not really a Kyle Busch fan, but, he doesn't like when, guys get screwed. And he's just like, so here's what happened. I was like, what happened? He's like, Kyle basically blew up, and he went to the back, and there were two Toyotas behind the wall, and also Joey Logano. Joey Logano went behind the wall because of a tire and didn't come back out. Said he couldn't. He was helping Cindric. The other two Toyotas... they come back out, which pushes Kyle back and knocks him out. And I'm like, wait a minute. And so he's basically like saying Toyota said this is like a fuck you to him because he's going to Chevy. So it's like, nah, screw him. He's done. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, business is business. Sucks for Kyle. But, Kyle, if I was him, I would be like, you know what? Screw you guys.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they were kind of talking about on the broadcast. I watched the race Saturday night with the Buckeyes. And that's what they were saying. They're like, well, you would think Toyota would go back behind the wall to make sure that no one else, he doesn't get past. He's behind them, all this. Nope. Gibbs out. Who else was there? There's one more. I can't remember who it was.
What's that?
Bubba, maybe. I think it was Bubba and it was Gibbs. Ty Gibbs.
They came back out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it's 100% that reason, knowing, well, he's done, so screw him, that sort of thing. I mean, I get it. Why?
It's business. It's fine.
I would still think that I want my driver in that car to make money, but,
Well, speaking of which, they switched. I don't know if you saw that today. The 18 pit crew is going to now be the 11 pit crew. And the 11 is now going to be the 18 pit crew because the 18 was the best pit crew this year in terms of time. So now they get Joe Gibbs moved them from the 18 to the 11 to try to win a title. Don't blame him there. But it's, if I was Kyle, I would just wreck the cars at this point.
I mean, it'll be interesting to see what he does as he goes.
I hope he takes out Denny. I hope it's Chastain and Denny in the front and he takes out Denny. He would be a hero.
Dude, it's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, imagine Hamlin on the cut line here at Talladega in 2 weeks. Next week. And, he takes him out.
Dude, and because think about this. This is like lining up perfectly because Chastain is a Chevy. Like, this is perfect. He could just be like, I hope they're both on the line and Kyle's just like, you know what? Fuck you guys.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely nuts, I think, as they go, and Kyle's not going to care because I think he realized what has been done to him. So, but yeah, it was a wacky race, man. A lot of blown tires, flat tires, engine incidents, steering incidents. Yeah, the next gen cars I don't think were quite right for quite right for this Bristol race. Obviously, they raced there on the dirt, but they haven't raced the track, so it was crazy. Chris Buescher won though, 19th different winner this year. It's crazy.
Good for him.
Also, the first time since the playoffs have started that one playoff person has won in the first round.
Wild.
Yeah. So 3 non-playoff winners have won, but yeah, RFK had some strong cars. Though Keselowski finished 13th, he had a really strong car up there. Both of their cars were solid. So good for Buescher, man. He finally gets a real one under his belt. He doesn't have to worry about that Pocono rain out bullshit that people go, it doesn't count. So him and Bubba have both gotten off their rain wins and gotten real wins this year. So it's good to see. I like to see that. And that's kind of what we wanted with these next gen cars, because honestly, do you think Buescher had a chance in this race 2 or 3 years ago? Probably not. But you know, he did it. Good for him. Chase finished second, Byron third, Larson fifth. So a great day for Hendrick. 3 guys in the top 5, and you had Christopher Bell sitting in fourth, pretty much the only good Toyota all night, which is crazy because Toyota normally dominates Bristol. So,
and all 4 of those Hendrick guys are in the next round of the playoffs.
Yes. Yep. So next round of the playoffs, as they reseed, Chase is 1, Logano is 2, Chastain is 3, Larson is 4, Byron is 5, Hamlin is 6, Bell is 7, Blaney is 8. Then you have Briscoe in 9th, 4 points behind the cut line. Bowman in 10th, 6 point behind. Suarez in 11th, 6 points behind. And Cindric in 12th, 7 points behind, with probably 2 of the 3 craziest races you're going to get down the stretch here. Anything can happen. Texas races like a super speedway. So this race is going to be bananas, I think. It's going to be nuts. There's going to be a lot of wrecks probably. Then you got Talladega. We all know what's going to happen there. Anything. And then you got the Charlotte Roval, and then we go down to 8. But let's talk about Texas this week.
So you and I are still 18 points apart because we took the same guy 3 weeks in a row. So, you know, all 3 rounds of the playoffs. Let's see if we continue that this week. I'm going to take a guy who went into, you know, this next round. He was leading in the points. He's running really well. On the quiet side, he's just running well. He's staying there. He's consistent. He's won a race this year. Give me Christopher Bell.
Very nice. It's a good pick. I am going to go with my championship driver, Ryan Blaney. I think he's going to get his win here at Texas. He's been so close all year. I think, and he's had some bad luck. So I think it's time for him to win, lock himself into the round of 8, and get me going on that one. So we do not have the same guy this week.
So it'll be the 20th winner is going to happen this week.
No, that'll be a Talladega when BJ McLeod wins.
Oh yeah, that'll be the 21st, because you know, like Truex or you know, somebody will get there, because Blaney hasn't won yet either, has he? So he would be the 20th, and then yeah, we're gonna. How many winners do you think we're gonna have by the end of the year? 22, 21?
I say 21. Because I still think Blaney's got a W in him, and I think Truex has a W in him. The rest of it, I see. I mean, you know, you're obviously in Talladega, it could be anybody too. So 22 asterisk, I say 21. I think Talladega will be won by someone who's already won. And you know, the Charlotte Roval, you're going to get all the road course guys have won. So I mean, unless you got Allmendinger who wins the race, that would be the only difference. I don't even know if he's going to be racing it. I'm assuming he will, but you know, the Roval is going to be Chase or Bell or Cindric, those guys who are pretty solid up there. And then obviously you got Vegas, Miami, Martinsville, and Phoenix. You know, those are the strong teams that are going to win that. So I think it's going to be 21. I think that's where it'll be at.
Yeah, we'll see, and we'll get the other guys picked sometime this year. Let's talk about let's go into football, college football. Parrott had himself a good week, going 9-3. Parrott led the way, 7-5 for me, 6-6 for Bear, 5-7 for Dub, 4-8 for Jeremy. Georgia, you know, the 3 of us assumed that they were going to kick the shit out of South Carolina,
and they did. no doubt, consensus number one. No one can argue it. Don't care. No one can argue Georgia is not the number one team in the country right now.
They're going to be very tough to beat this year.
I'm shocked they're playing this well. Really, the defense. We knew the offense was going to be good. I'm shocked the defense is this good. So yeah,
let's talk about that. They've
scary.
3 games, and granted, South Carolina was the big game, and Oregon really. I mean, they played two good teams. 10 points they've given up this year. 10.
Yeah.
They got Kent this week. They'll probably blank them. Then Missouri could probably blank them. Auburn, maybe a 7 spot. And they don't. I mean, it's going to line up that they go play Alabama in the SEC championship if Alabama stays up there. So looking that way. Bama, as well. Bama kicked the shit out of Louisiana Monroe. I thought Louisiana Monroe would hang in there with 49.
Not so much. 63-7. Bama put it on.
Yeah, that touchdown hurt me. Toledo, let's go into UT. So 4 of us, I thought 32 was big, man. I did, and I thought UT would do a little better than they did, but Ohio State and my uncle, here's the thing about Uncle Robbie in the lobby. Before everything's happening, he's like, I'm telling you right now, you tell everybody, bet the over. Bet it. It was over at halftime.
Yeah. I mean, I think the over was only like 63 or something.
Yeah, 66.
Yeah, because obviously both teams have good defenses. I did not expect Toledo to give up 77. I didn't see that one coming. I'm not surprised they scored 21 because DeQuan Finn is a very good quarterback. If he gets more consistent in throwing the ball, somebody is going to get a steal in the 4th or 5th round in the NFL with him, and he will be a starting quarterback in the NFL here in a couple of years. I can see. I think he's just a sophomore, so he won't get at least go out until next year. But dude, he can fly. If he gets a little more consistent throwing the ball and that accuracy gets there, he's gonna be really good. And Toledo's gonna be really good. Toledo could be super good next year. So but shocked they put up 77. I'm not quite shocked they covered. I just didn't think that they would. I figured Toledo would have kept it a little bit closer, but it was good. Unless you're a Notre Dame or a Ohio State hater like Dub and think that they should just run the ball and not let second and third team do whatever they want. So,
and here's the other thing, like Michigan, the next one, 47.5 point favorites. Look, UT beat UConn 52-0. There's no reason Michigan wouldn't beat them by more than that. And they did 59-0. Louisiana Tech and Clemson. So La Tech stayed within the realms there. What was the final score? 48-20.
48-20. Yeah, they only lost by 28 there. Not a game I watched, so didn't see anything. But Louisiana Tech did score 2 touchdowns in the 4th quarter, so I have a feeling it was a backdoor cover.
Yep. And then Oklahoma, 4 out of 5 of us took them.
Yeah,
I thought they'd kick the shit out of them, and they did.
I thought Nebraska would keep her close. I did think Nebraska with their new coach would put up a little bit of a fight, and they did not.
But what did we say? We were going to split on one of these, and we did, because I'll jump down to Cal Notre Dame. You were the only one that took Cal. You're the only one that got that, because we said we'd probably split. We're going to get one. You're going to get the other, and that's exactly what happened.
Dude, that was for a better. That it was such an emotional coaster of a game. So like you were out, you were doing farm tour, and like I explained to you, the last 55 seconds of that game was nuts. Cal gets the ball off of a punt. They stop Notre Dame. Notre Dame punts to him. No timeouts, 55 seconds. First pass they throw over the wide receiver's head, gets intercepted. Boom. Guy goes down. Game over. Right? Nope. Wide receiver gets targeted by their captain. I don't know if it was a safety or a linebacker, whomever. Terrible play. Wide receiver didn't have a chance. Still in the air. Boom. Took a helmet right to the dome. And it happened before the interception. So Cal kept the ball. That guy got ejected. They go down the field, get to the 35-yard line. Quarterback gets sacked while losing the football. Fumble. Notre Dame picks it up, runs it to the house. So they would have been up 13, right? Game over. Nope. Quarterback was down. No fumble. So Cal, and they lose 10 seconds. So they had 5 seconds. And right when they snapped, the clock starts running. And that was, this was their last play. So they have from the 35. Hail Mary, all run down there. The ball gets tipped in the air 3 times because the dumbass Notre Dame, all the guys are trying to pick it instead of bat it down like you're supposed to, right? What do they tell you? Bat the ball down. They're all trying to pick it. So they're tipping it up with each other. Another Cal guy tips it. There's a Cal guy laying on the ground in the end zone. The ball lands right in his hands. He bobbles it and drops it. Cal should have tied that game. Yeah, it was absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. But Notre Dame and Marcus Freeman finally get their first win by a whopping 7 points.
Yep. And yay, Notre Dame. Then USC, FUSC. I see that. USC covered. And so I think they're the real deal.
They blew out Fresno. Mm-hmm.
I still think they're the real deal. So we'll see. Oklahoma State, we all took them. Arkansas Pine Bluff. Youngstown State kept it. What was the score of that?
31-0.
So Youngstown State, thank you, old Jimmy Tressel. Missouri State kept it within Arkansas.
So why did I pick Arkansas? I talked about how Bobby Petrino was there. I think I might have misspoke when I stated I should have taken Missouri State, and I think I misspoke because Missouri State should have won this game. They should.
Yeah, well, you said Bobby Petrino was there, and Arkansas is going to kick the shit out of him because of it.
Is that what it was?
Yes, that's what you said.
Yeah, I meant to go the other way with it. That Bobby Petrino was going to kick the shit out of Arkansas.
What was the score of that game?
38-27. And
really,
Arkansas scored them 21-3 in the fourth quarter. Missouri State was winning that whole game.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then this is why we are not we don't pick the lines and others do. Michigan State plus 3.5. It was I was just watching the score from the farm, and it was bad. And they were getting the shit kicked out of them. You said Ohio State's this. You don't want to know Michigan State. Is what you told me. And then I finally got connection to ESPN, and they did better in the second half. But this is what Sparty does.
It was never as close as the.
No, the score shows. No, it wasn't. And they got some things at the end there, and either maybe Washington's good or just Michigan State's not that good. Could be a combination of both. Don't know.
I don't think dropping them. Would they drop? Well,
26th. They're out of the top 25 now.
I thought
in the AP they went from 11 to 26.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say I thought I saw them drop above Washington, which was funny, but
Washington's like 17 now.
Okay, yeah. Which I don't think they should have dropped out of the top 25. But
no,
it's not like they lost to 0-2 Washington at home. I mean, they lost to Washington at Washington as an under drop from 11 out of the top 25. I think that
doesn't make sense.
I think it's a ridiculous drop. I mean, they should have dropped them to 22 or something.
But we do have. I don't know if I haven't told you this yet. So I'm going to the Ohio State-Michigan State game in East Lansing. Mm-hmm. And me, Sparty Steve, Doug the neighbor, and Bear, maybe?
When's the game?
October 8th. It's a Saturday.
Probably not. There's a good chance I'm closing on this house on the 7th. So.
Oh, well, that's good. Then you can move in, watch the Buckeyes and Sparty.
No.
I think it's going to end up being a night game, but we'll see. They played at night a few times in East Lansing. We'll see.
I hate stupid TBD. I'm done with that crap.
No, I agree.
Take them time.
Yeah, I was arguing with the farm tour guys because they're all, SEC, Florida, Georgia, they're down there and they're like, oh, you guys play nobody up there. I'm like, hey, why don't you send one of your SEC schools up to us in November and tell me how they do? It's too.
I mean, Penn State went down there.
Cold. We can't play football in the cold. It's like,
Penn State just absolutely embarrassed Auburn in Auburn.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what I'm saying. Bring them up here. I want to do a home and home with Alabama. Georgia, I don't care. Whoever it is, come play Ohio and do it. Not at the beginning of the season. Come play in them October, November.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
Nope. Bitches.
They got to play UL Monroe.
Yeah, exactly.
Or Bowling Green. I think Mississippi State plays Bowling Green this week.
Bowling Green, by the way, beat Marshall.
Who beat Marshall? Who beat Notre Dame?
I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, by the way, App State, craziest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, that Hail Mary was sick.
Absolutely insane. So let's get into this week. We got our picks for the week. So game number one, Georgia minus 44 versus Kent State. Bear.
Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia's going to
He's
kill them.
rolling, man.
Yeah, I don't see anybody beating them. Bama 40.5 over Vandy.
I think Vandy's better than normal. I think Vandy keeps it close. I mean, Bama's going to kill them, but maybe I like 30.
I think it's going to be 42. Bama. Ohio State minus 17.5 home to Wisconsin.
I don't think Wisconsin's that good. So give me the Buckeyes.
Yeah, same here. I think, after this past week, I think now they're in game 3 games under the belt. Now it's time to roll. Buckeyes all the way.
And they're doing the blackout night game. Yeah, it's going to be a wild house there in Ohio Stadium.
All right, number 4, Michigan minus 17 versus Maryland.
This is, again, one of those, it doesn't make sense. Like, I should bet the farm on Michigan. Like 17 against Maryland does not seem like a lot, but I think they're doing that because they don't really know, they don't know what it is. And I actually put this in yesterday. The line now is technically 16.5. We're playing it at 17 because that's what we locked it at, but it dropped a half point. So it's interesting. So there's a lot of money going in on Maryland, which is strange. I guess I should probably look and see who they've played. Let's do that because I haven't even noticed that. They beat Buffalo 31-10. They beat Charlotte 56-21, and they beat SMU 34-27. Yeah, give me Michigan.
Yeah, I think that last game you just said what we needed to hear. Michigan. All right, number 5, Clemson minus 7 at number 21, Wake Forest.
I think this is going to be a push. I think Clemson's going to win by 7, honestly, but I'm actually going the opposite way there. I'm gonna go with Wake just because they're the home team, so maybe they get some luck magic.
We'll go Clemson. Oklahoma minus 13 versus K-State. Tough game for them as always.
K-State always has their number, but this is what Oklahoma does, right? To me personally, because I bet against them. So I'm going to bet on them this week and say, oh yeah, this is going to be a cakewalk and Kansas State will beat them. But yeah, no, give me Oklahoma at home. If it was in Kansas State, they'd be in some trouble.
Yeah, Tulane just beat Kansas State.
They just lost to Tulane.
Give me Oklahoma.
Yeah.
All right, number 7, number 7, USC minus 6.5 at Oregon State.
Should be a good game. Should be a really good game. Oregon State has beaten Boise, Fresno, and Montana State. They only beat Fresno by 3, and USC killed them. Now USC does have to go on the road here to Oregon State. Tough place to play, but I'm going to go with USC here. Just by a touchdown. Squeak out that win.
USC, number 8, Kentucky, minus 25.5 versus Northern Illinois.
In Kentucky.
Yeah, I like that. Kentucky. Oklahoma State is off this week. It's early. Number 10, Arkansas, plus 2.5 at Texas A&M.
Yeah, this is a tough one because I really think A&M should bounce back. And Arkansas with their scare last week, I feel like they were looking forward to Texas A&M. But I think that they're going to be a little too much. Texas A&M struggled with Miami. So give me Arkansas here.
Yeah, same. App State just beat them at home. So give me Arkansas. And I like the 2.5. Michigan State plus 2 versus Minnesota. So Sparty at home against Minnesota. Minnesota has won 38-0 against New Mexico State, 62-10 Western Illinois, 49-7 over Colorado. First time going on the road though.
Yeah, but they can run the ball like no other, and I have a feeling Michigan State's going to struggle to stop it. So I'm going to take Minnesota.
Yeah, I think Minnesota could win by 1. I just don't want to bet against Michigan State, so I'm going to take Sparty. Notre Dame minus 1 at UNC.
Again, I feel like this is one of those slam dunk dumbass things. Like, how is Notre Dame favored? They lost 2 games, could have lost to Cal at home, and they're going to North Carolina. and North Carolina's got a solid offense, and Notre Dame's got a backup quarterback. Yeah, North Carolina all day, man.
Yeah, and welcome the Shiv. The Shiv did send a fun fact, so perfect time to time this out. For the first time ever, Shiv sent this. Basketball powerhouses Kansas, Kentucky, UNC, and Duke have all started the college football season 3-0. 4 winningest programs in men's college basketball history. Insane. Hey, Shiv, do you think it's right that Notre Dame's a 1-point favorite at UNC?
Not right now. I don't. They don't have their starting quarterback. They lost to Marshall. I know the transitive property doesn't matter in college football, but if it did, BG beat Marshall, so BG is better than Notre Dame.
Yeah, we did see it, and Bear already said that. And you didn't see that.
And Eastern Kentucky is better than Notre Dame by all of that. I think Notre Dame was probably overranked coming into the Ohio State game, which doesn't help Ohio State. But at the same time, I don't think Notre Dame is as bad as their Marshall loss, or I don't know. I definitely think that game could go either way just because it's college football. But, what do I know? I would have guessed that Notre Dame would be 1 or 2-1 right now.
I agree.
Not 0-3.
I just don't know if they can score enough points to hang with North Carolina. That's going to be the big thing.
What are they, 1-2 right now? Almost 0-3.
Notre Dame, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have an offense right now. Their defense is mediocre at best. So who knows? I don't know. They'll be lucky to get out of there with a close win.
Yep. So going into professional football, the NFL, last week, rough week for the pod, 9-7 for Parrot, Jeremy, and Dub, 8-8 for me, 7-9 for Bear. We split again, Bear, on this. You won the Eagles over Vikings, and we won the Giants over Panthers.
Yeah. Trust me, there's a lot of games there that I should have, could have, would have won. Chargers should have never lost. The Browns definitely should not have lost. Giants and Panthers, I about fell asleep watching, and the Ravens shouldn't have lost. So, but that's the name of the game.
All right. So NFL, Bear, Steelers or Browns?
I still sticking with the Browns. Again, they shouldn't have lost that game. They're a better team than the Steelers are, and they're a better team than the Jets are. It just is what it is.
Agreed. Shiv, you got a pick on that? Celebrity pick?
No, I'm trying to manage stuff at work right now through my phone. I didn't even listen. I'm sorry.
Steelers at Browns?
Steelers are going to win. Browns do their Browns thing now.
All right. Number 2, Texans at Bears.
God. I'll go Bears.
Same thing, because they're home.
Flip a coin, yeah.
Anything, Shiv?
What were my choices?
Texans, Bears.
Bears.
Raiders at Titans. Raiders, who just blew a 8-point lead, let Kyler score, gave up the 2-point, and then what was it, scoop and score fumble to win the game?
Yeah. Probably the best 0-2 team out there. So yeah, give me the Raiders. The Titans are just god awful bad.
Absolutely are. And I know Shiv's taking the Raiders.
Absolutely.
All right, Chefs at Colts.
The Colts suck. So that gives you all I need there.
Yep, Chef's here.
Same.
Shiv?
Same.
Probably the game of the week right here. Bills at Dolphins. Dolphins were down 35-14 in the fourth quarter. Tua throws 4 TDs. Man, he's got those. He's got Waddle and Tyreek, and he's got a pretty good backfield, a machine of backfield, running backs. There's 4 guys there, and Mostert's kind of coming out as the top guy as we thought he might, right? So this is going to be a fun game. And Josh Allen playing just out of his mind. Stephon Diggs, just crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the Dolphins looked really good at home against the Patriots, which I don't think the Patriots are that good. The Dolphins had zero business beating the Ravens, zero business. But you know what happens when you let your foot off the pedal? That happens. So I think the Bills are just over and superior. The Dolphins are good. Don't get me wrong. Definitely a wild card team, playoff team, but yeah, they're not going to lose the Bills. I'm sorry, Bills aren't going to lose the Dolphins.
Agreed. You think so this is well, Shiv, first off, who you got, Bills or Dolphins?
I think the Dolphins are on fire right now. So,
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So, no, you're good.
On paper, it should be the Bills, but I think the Dolphins will actually win.
I think the Bills have I don't want to say easy. They could easily go 15-1, potentially 16-0. Their tough game is going to be at Baltimore.
They should win, but I'm telling you, I just think Tua's got a fire in him now. So I think he's going to be a force.
Well, we'll see how he does against a real defense this week.
Yeah.
Number 1 D in the league, right? Buffalo.
Yes.
And the number 1 quarterback. So, but I've read that before. What was it? The Chargers had the number 1 D and the number 1 offense, and they didn't make the playoffs in one year. When they had the number 1 in both, it was a wild stat. All right, Lions at Vikings.
Go with the home team here. Give me the Vikings.
Yeah, Lions looking good though. But I agree because Vikings are at home. Kirk Cousins isn't playing on a Monday night on the road, so give me the Vikings. Shiv.
Vikings.
Ravens at Pats. Ravens across the board.
Ravens are going to come out pissed.
Agreed.
All right, Bengals at Jets. Bengals just lost to Cooper Rush and them Dallas Cowboys. And Cooper Rush, Maher kicking a 50-yarder. And the Jets coming off Garrett Wilson getting that touchdown. 2 touchdowns in the last minute and 30 seconds.
I mean, Bengals can't lose again to the Jets. They just can't.
I agree. Shiv?
Bengals.
Welcome, Cody. We're going to run it down. Steelers at Browns, Cody.
Steelers.
Texans at Bears.
Bears.
Raiders at Titans.
Raiders.
Chiefs at Colts.
Chiefs.
Bills, Dolphins.
Ooh.
At Miami.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get the fountain blue flu. So Dolphins.
Lions at Vikings.
Who are Vikings?
Lions at Vikings.
Oh man. What time is the game? Is it prime time?
Nope, 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay. No, man, I'm going Lions, man. I'm do that for Dub. Lions.
You're messing up the podcast because you know he's taking the Lions. The
oh yeah, that's right.
Ravens at Patriots.
Ooh, Ravens.
Bengals at Jets.
Bengals.
All right, coming back to you, Cody. Eagles at Commanders.
Eagles.
Yeah, I also have the Eagles.
Yep, Philly.
Shiv.
Eagles.
All right, Saints at Panthers. Bear.
Give me the Aints.
I also got the Aints, Cody.
A tie.
0-0.
Yeah. Man, I guess the Saints.
All right. Shiv.
Saints.
All right. Back to Cody. Jags at Chargers.
Chargers. Can you throw that totes down any harder?
I'm going to take the Chargers too, but for some reason, I'm going to mark this game with an asterisk because I'm taking the Chargers regardless, but I just have this feeling this is that weird game that the Jaguars win.
I think the Chargers win 38-7.
I hope you're right, not me. Rams at Cardinals.
Bunch of scrubs here. Give me the Crams.
So me?
Yep.
All right, Rams.
I got Rams. Shiv.
Rams.
Falcons, Seahawks.
I think Falcons get their first win this week.
Give me the Chickens because they're at home. Cody.
Oh, the game's in Seattle?
Yep.
All right, yeah, Seahawks.
Shiv.
Seahawks.
Bear, Packers at Bucks.
Go Packers here. No Mike Evans got suspended for his fight with Lattimore. Godwin's probably not going to play. They just signed Cole Beasley. I don't think that's going to get them that W. Their offensive line is shit. The defense is going to have to hold them together. So I think the Packers are just going to do enough to beat them.
I'll take the Bucks. I think Tom and Cole Beasley, 3 touchdowns.
Man. I want to take the Bucks since the Packers couldn't stop the Bears from running all over them, but I don't think Todd Bowles is going to be brave enough to not let Tom Brady throw the ball. I'm gonna go Packers.
All right, Shiv.
You said Bucks, Packers.
Yeah, at Tampa.
I'm gonna go with the Packers.
All right, Niners and
How
Broncos.
interesting! How
Go
interesting is it that Cole Beasley signed with Tampa instead of Green Bay, knowing his vaccination status?
Well, COVID's over. Didn't you hear?
Oh shit, my bad. I didn't buy his mixtape. I didn't. I mean, I seen some like small white dude selling stuff out of his trunk outside of Walmart, or not Walmart, but outside the Costco.
Yeah, it was his Trump flags. He had to set all the flags.
Is this Braun Breaker's kid or is this some other kid on NXT?
Not watching.
Oh, Landon the Conqueror Chase. Oh God.
Oh, I don't know. I'm on the floor. I'm on location.
Connor's cure. All right, Niners at Broncos.
Niners got better with actual starting quarterback, not Trey Lance. Still going to take the Broncos here, though.
Yeah, Broncos can't go. What are they, 0-2 right now?
No, 1-1. They looked like shit against the Texans, but 1-9.
All right, yeah, he's got to win at some point. Broncos.
Yeah, he ain't winning this week. He's taking the Niners.
I think it's a good pick. It's going to be a toss-up, but Jimmy G definitely the better quarterback there.
Yep. Shiv?
Niners.
And how about them Cowboys? Screw you, Stephen A. Smith. Cowboys and Giants. Cooper Rush.
They suck me right back in like every time. They can't just lose games. They just got to win and keep me interested, just to break my heart. I mean, if they keep letting Cooper Rush run a vanilla offense like they should run with Dak, they would be just fine. So why not pick the Cowboys? Fuck it.
Yeah, I agree. It's against the Giants, who are hot garbage. Give me the Cowboys. Just let that defense keep playing.
That was it. Yeah, go ahead.
Shiv.
Do you have anybody available to bring material back to the game?
Not right now. My only guy I did have just left early for union business.
Don't cut this.
Never do.
Let me double check after during lunch.
Cody on location.
If I can, I'll pull some strings and get somebody over there to you after lunch.
Over.
Copy that.
So, Cody, Cowboys and Giants.
It's too close to lunch. I ain't doing no extra work right now. Cowboys.
Shiv.
Probably the Cowboys. I hate to say it.
We got to go back real quick. So Nick Chubb helped his fantasy owners, hurt his real team, scoring that touchdown.
Yeah, he didn't hurt his real team. The defense hurt his real team.
Hey, man, he admitted he shouldn't have scored.
Special teams hurt his real team.
Right. Special teams. That's why they special. Special ed.
Look, just what I told every single Browns fan who bitched and doesn't want to blame Nick Chubb. If Nick Chubb goes down on the 1 yard line, there is no special teams. There's no 65-yard touchdown. None of it happens because the Jets had no timeouts and the game's over. Simple as that.
Man.
He did it 2 years ago against the Texans. I remember like it was yesterday because I lost the spread because he didn't want to score and did the smart thing. So yes, it is. I don't want to hear it. He's smart. He knows situational football. He goes down, game's over, nothing else happens. Browns are 2-0. Simple.
Yeah, until they fumble that snap. That's Jacoby Brissett you got back there. And it's Cleveland Browns.
Well,
all that stuff is in play.
obviously there was a better chance of them to give up a 65-yarder onside kick and another drive than for them to fumble a snap and lose the game. So.
You know what? That whole secondary ought to be cut right now. Tell them I got applications where I'm at. They need somewhere to work. You don't give up a 65-yard TD to Joe freaking Flacco. Joe Flacco couldn't even throw the ball 65 yards in the air.
Throw about 6.5 yards.
Right. That man can't throw a friggin' water balloon 65 yards. They gonna give
can
up
throw a water balloon 65 yards, though.
I can.
All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up because we got to get
Wait,
to.
hold on a second. I need the tie-breaking points. Cowboys Giants from Cody on location. What's the closest forklift number to you? That's what we're gonna put in.
Hold on. Let me see who just worked. You need a score for Cowboys Giants?
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I wanted the closest forklift number.
Oh no, we don't have numbered forklifts. Let's say 12. It's gonna be I don't know,
like Jeremy all over again.
19-7.
That's 26, not 19 minus 7.
Total points. I thought you meant. Well, shit.
26, not 12. Not how many you win by.
All right. Well,
26.
23. Yeah, 26.
All right. Well, we'll wrap this up. Thanks to Wes Anderson. Thanks to Crandall's Quality Landscaping, All Work Clothing, Connell Barrett, DatingTransformation.com, Sparty Steve, special guest, the Shiv, and Cody on location. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
Enjoy episode 420, boys.
Make sure y'all check out Cole Beasley's mixtape, Making Slot Receivers Great Again, out of Costco and Trunks right now. Get a free CD with 12 gallons of gas.